If they can actually get these two actors, this movie will be great. What's up, everybody? So, not too long ago, there was news that Joseph Kosinski, director of F1, Tron Legacy, and of course Top Gun Maverick, was going to be making a Miami Vice movie, which I got really pumped about. He's starting to become my new favorite director right now, and especially with the fact that they are going to make it in the 1980s, so it's going to be a bit of a period piece. Now, the other rumors that have been around that, I hope that they can actually get something done because right now no one has signed anything yet. But apparently they're in early talks to have Austin Butler play Sonny Crockett and Michael B. Jordan to play Ricardo Tubbs. Now, the one thing that I really, really like about that pairing is that because at first the other name that was attached to it was Glenn Powell to play Sonny Crockett. And okay, great. But then I read another article that talked about how Austin Butler reached out to Michael B. Jordan before anybody else and said, hey, I think we can really do something special with this. And that really said something to me because the linchpin, the whole anchor of Miami Vice, because I grew up watching it as a kid, is the chemistry between Crockett and Tubbs. You can't just get any two actors that fit the racial profile and think that it's going to be something. The two guys really have to come across as friends and partners. And so the fact that, you know, Austin Butler said, no, I'm going to reach out to this guy myself, and we can see even from that initial conversation what it's going to be like, then I was like, okay, I think these two together are the right pairing. Even though Glenn Powell might look really good for the part as well, and he's a great actor, but I think Austin Butler, specifically with the way he approached the idea of playing Sonny Crockett, and the fact that it is Joseph Kosinski, who's just produced some incredible work. It's based in the 80s, specifically 1985, and from what I've read so far, it's pretty much the origin story of how these two guys get together, which was an entire episode in and of itself during the series where they treated it as a flashback because as the series starts, they're already working together, already taking down drug lords and all of the shenanigans that is involved. And so, one, I hope that actually happened in the sense of Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan being paired together, and with Joseph Kosinski at the helm, with 1985 being the specific time and year in which they start, sounds good to me. And then specifically the thing about it being in the 80s, because when you think of any movie or TV series, whether it's Mad Men, whether it's The Crown, whether it's Gladiator, the time period really informs the entire feel of it, which I think it was the downfall of the early 2000s version with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. Even though Michael Mann, who was the one that was basically running the show of Miami Vice, the series, and then he wrote and directed that particular film, they seem like worlds apart. So there's just something about the time period of the 80s. you know Go and watch Cocaine Cowboys, that documentary, and it'll give you a feeling of what Miami was like in the 80s with all of the drugs and all of the gang warfare that was happening at the time. And then to have these two guys doing their best to bring justice to this crazy set of circumstances in this crazy time, I think it's really important. It's like, imagine, you know, doing Cheers now. It's like the jokes are not going to work, the vibe isn't going to work. And so I think time period really, really plays a key role in this. And so, like I said, they're in early talks with Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan. Let's hope it gets somewhere. And I can't wait. I'll be one of the first people in line to watch this movie. Anyways, what about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, give me a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.